My name is Ruizhe. I think my path starting from passionate about pure mathematics. But then the more I learn pure mathematics, the more I'm pulling toward the real world. I realize there is a kind of still a vacuum in me trying to figure out how I connect with the real world. That's why I did a PhD in Columbia doing operations research. And I realized that there are a new financial ecosystem called decentralized finance being built from scratch on top of blockchain. But I was just completely amazed and dove in instantly. And then from that moment, I tried to learn every single thing about how this new market works and how I can build it better. And then after my PhD, I actually did something even more interesting. So what happens was I spent almost a year in Bahamas in a high-frequency trading firm. So I was leading the effort to build a DeFi algorithm trading system from scratch. I think the whole experience, the whole path before MS&E just made me realize that kind of just helped me solidify my mission, still trying to understand where the new frontier for financial technology is, how to build it slightly better, and eventually just try to make a tangible impact. So I think for me, there are two different things I optimize. The first thing is who you're working with. The second is what you're working on. I try to stay in a community with people who are passionate, who are creative, who have extremely high integrity, who want to make things better. So I think MSE is where that thing is, where that community is. Second part is more on what you're working on. So I think making impact is really, really an abstract term. I think to me is really how you turn to have a vision, turn your vision into a deep insight, and then you want that insight to be actionable. I think MSC gave me the best place to go from an insight into a product kind of change the world slightly. The goal is to understand financial markets, understand technology, and make the financial world slightly better, more efficient. And there are two lines of work to achieve that. First is what I call fintech research, to study how technology can reshape our financial world, and eventually see where the boundary is and help the world to achieve that. The second one is to understand the existing market, because we have market for such a long time. We want to better understand that and better design a system for everyone. So I think just three things in principle. First, take ownership of your own PhD career. And second thing is do math train arrow to see where you lack. And third thing is don't be confined in the sense of talk to people in the real world. And when it's time, just make a jump. Go from your vision to a project people have never thought before, and just went from there. You may find the world just much bigger and producing much more exciting stuff. So I think that's just my three principal advice to new students. One thing is I'm trying to do is systemically manage my life. In that sense is I'm trying to leverage what I've been doing every day. And the second thing is to measure, to keep track of if I have a goal, how much I really achieve, what are things blocking me. So I always have a principle, if you don't measure, you can't improve. Have a database of myself and eventually input that into AI system. And my friends in the AI industry is helping build that together. I want the AI system to help me to achieve the best of me. So that's kind of more a project for myself. I think for my more leisure part, I think I like to travel, and I recently did a tour in the Caribbean island, sailing around different islands with people I met online. So it's quite interesting. You met great people and you stop at those desert islands that it's just yourself, and in the evening you just look at the sky and see how big and beautiful the world is. There are three different type of book I like. I think the first one is definitely everyone like fiction. I like Murakami, is a Japanese writer. I think the best fiction gave us a cross-section or a snapshot of the world that we kind of resonate with him. I think those are more from my consumption of leisure. And what I learned most are two types of books. I think the first book is people's gems of wisdom in their life. For example, Charlie Munger is a person who just passed away, who's I think the partner with Warren Buffett. He has a book, and I learned how I should live in this world, how I should understand, because we only live once. We should learn as much as possible from people who have insight on how we should live. And third part is learning from the history. I think there is another line of book, especially one book I've learned recently, especially reading a lot, was how you transform the society, how you transform a very complex system. I was reading a book about, they gave an interview of people who are shaping the transformation of China from more closed and more, I think, planning. Like, economy is more based on planning to economy based on more on commerce, and you really see how in reality we shape a society, we shape a complex system, what it takes, what are the principles, and you also live in a world that you see the outcome. Like, when people make this effort, you really shape, like, change the world, even you're just a small player in the world. So it kind of gave me more sometimes, like, just make me feel like I can also do something, like even just small increment can make the world slightly better.